First up, it's the recurve women's gold medal match. You can see that the two archers are ready to go. Randi Degn of Denmark against Milena Olszewska of Poland. There is Dane and there is Olszewska. So, Chris, any tips on these two?
They're both internationals for a long time. Milena Olszewska, a para archer, shot at the Paralympic Games in Rio. I think she shot in London as well. Been around for a long time. Great performance from her to make this final. Randi Degn, also experienced member of the Danish team, dropped out of it for a little while recently, but appears to be on the up again.
Yeah, it certainly does. And will there be any specific rule changes here? I mean, clearly, Olszewska will stay on the shooting line.
A bronze medalist from the last Paralympics, actually. She doesn't have to move back and forth over the line. She'll stay there. And para archers compete with able-bodied archers on a level playing field in archery. So she's allowed to use the stool. That's the permission, the assistive device she's classified to use. Otherwise, exactly the same.
Well, it will be Olszewska from Poland to get this gold medal match underway. Shooting over 70 metres in the recurve division. Archers score points within sets. If you win a set, you get 2 set points. That one drifting off into the 8 for Randi Degn, but you've got a good view of how long it takes the arrow to get there compared to the compound archers we saw earlier.
Very impressive start from Milena Olszewska. She is seated, but don't say that gives her any more stability than standing. Not easy to control your body from your waist rather than your feet.
Well, finishing with a 10, 8, 9, and 10 there for Degn with a 27. Will take the first 2 set points. An interesting one there. Degn really finding her way round the target into the 10 in the end.
Yeah, one high, one low, one in the middle, and I said Olszewska started really strong. She just sent that last arrow to the left, hit the blue, and then they'll lose it for her. A bit of a shame after starting the set so well, but that's the wonderful thing about the set system and recurve archery. You know, you have one bad arrow, you can wipe it away because it's back to 0 for the second set.
Yeah, absolutely. A completely different tactical game played by the different archers of recurve and compound discipline because of the different ways of scoring. The first 2 set points going to Randi Degn of Denmark. And these two curiously came through the ranking round a little bit lower than one might expect. Olszewska 7th, Degn was 12th, but they've battled their way through to this gold medal match. And it's already time for set number 2. So Milena Olszewska of Poland, trailing by 2 set points, will shoot first in this second set. Had a solid start to the first. Can she see it all the way through the second?
10, Milena.
Olszewska's probably shot the most arrows of any archer competing here. She has had 5 setters in all of her matches, plus a shoot-off. Very resilient archer.
Milena.
Well, that's even better than her first set.
Seven, liner 8 for Randi.
just dropping the last arrow for a 28 there, but that puts this one out of reach for Randi Degn, and it will be 2 set points all. Degn will still want a good arrow to finish off. And they're all ending up high and up in the 7s and 8s there for Randi Degn. What a curious set for her, Chris.
Well, you can see a bit of her sight at the end of it, a bit of a strange one, you know, once you've had 1 high, if you have 2 high, if you have 3 high, waiting that long to really make a change is unusual if it is just a sight missetting. I'm very impressed by Milena Olszewska. It's the second set in a row that she struggled on that third arrow. I said she was the most resilient. She shot a lot of arrows. You know, fatigue, arrow after arrow after arrow does set in, and with the quick timing of the alternate shooting in a finals arena, you don't have time to manage your own shooting rhythm. You just have to go when the timer starts. On point for the first 2, but I don't know if that third one is a fatigue issue with the speed of shooting.
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting point as we return to archery. These athletes haven't been in proper competition, and there is an added burden when that comes around. Olszewska dropping points in her final arrows in the first 2 sets. Let's find out how she gets on in set number 3. Milena Olszewska will shoot first again. I saw a little bit of movement there from the Polish archer, and now drifting over to the right into the 7s.
Olszewska wearing her eye patch. That's because she's probably left eye dominant, and she needs to stop that vision coming in from that side to get a proper sight picture.
Randi.
Could do with the 10 to put some pressure on her opponent Degn here. Olszewska with a third arrow, and this time it's the best of the 3, and she gets a 26. Eight to level it. Or 10 gives her a nice lead, and 28 points, and now moves back into the lead 4-2 after 3 sets. So Chris,
scores in set 2 and set 3 for Randi Degn are really just a lesson in sight setting. You know, they're pretty much the same group. She was just high in the red for the second set. The third set, she made that adjustment and just brought them all down. Very similar grouping. Looks much prettier in the target and looks much prettier on the score sheet.
Well, I was going to lead you into that by saying, well, you mentioned about changing a sight, and it was exactly as you say. But interesting turn of fortunes for Milena Olszewska as well. The third arrow this time in that third set being the best of the 3.
Unfortunately, the first wasn't as good as her previous set, so she'll trade that one to Randi Degn. But if you look at her scores throughout match play, she's up and down, to be honest. She doesn't have consistent set scores, but she has been delivering some good arrows and taking sets when she needs them. Let's see if she can do the same in this one as we get into end number 4.
Milena Olszewska from Poland, trailing by 4 set points to 2, needs to put some pressure on her opponent. Starting with a solid 9. Degn looking like she was coming into great form, but she's dropped that one into the 8s. Olszewska sensing the opportunity. She scores another 9.
Randi.
So a 10 to put this out of reach.
9, Milena, 27.
Finishes with 27, so a 10 to draw level on set points and share the set points. Anything less, and we'll be all square again.
9, Randi.
So it is a 9 for her, so a 26 for Degn, and Degn gives up the set points lead that she had. It's 4 apiece. Chris, you sense that there was an opportunity after that very first 8 from Randi Degn, and Milena Olszewska took advantage.
I've been very impressed with Milena Olszewska. I remember in Rio, she didn't qualify particularly high, but yeah, she battled up the brackets and took that spot on the podium. Poland has a very strong para-archery team and historically quite an active para-archery team. She's obviously on the road to Tokyo as well this year. It's great to see her come and compete at this world ranking event, try and get some experience ahead of the final qualifier in the Czech Republic in July. And if she can shoot like this, if she can take these opportunities, take these advantages when they're offered in match play, she'll do very well for herself this year.
Yeah, well, she's brought herself level here as we go into set number 5. So Milena Olszewska has fought her way back twice in this match to draw level 4 set points all against Randi Degn of Denmark, but it will be the Pole to shoot first.
Liner 9, Milena.
Well, that could be an opportunity already for Degn.
10, Randi.
And if it was an opportunity, she's taken hold of it. Big arrow now required from Olszewska.
Nine, Milena. 9, Randi.
Well, a 10 would be the order of the day here for Milena Olszewska. She's pulled that out into the 5, though, by the looks of things. So a 22-23. The writing is on the wall here. A great finish from Randi Degn, a 29 in the end, and she takes the recurve women's gold medal here at the Veronica's Cup, 6 set points to 4. A brilliant match from her and a brilliant match from her opponent, but it was the Dane who took gold. Chris, what an up and down match that was.
Yeah, apart from that second set, though, where Randi Degn shot a 22, it was quite an impressive piece of archery from the Danish archer. Finished with that nice 10-10-9. It was all about moving the group around the face, but I haven't seen Randi Degn shoot this well in match play, probably ever. So fantastic signs for the Danish team, who will look to secure a full team quota to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games in the final qualifier in Paris. At the moment, it's only Maya Jaeger going to the upcoming Olympics. She was the top seed here, but upset in her first match. Instead, it's another Dane, Randi Degn, that takes gold.
Yeah, great performance from her. And as you were talking about the grouping moving for Randi Degn, that's exactly what happened. And there's confirmation that Randi Degn of Denmark is the recurve women's gold medalist here in Slovenia. Yeah, moving the target, the grouping around the face of the target, changing her sighting was clear, as Chris said. But what a performance from Milena Olszewska, getting ready to finish her qualification for Tokyo 2020 and the Paralympic Games.